May 22, 1998, Frances Arsentive became the first American woman to reach the summit of Everest without the help of supplemental oxygen. She had embarked on the expedition along with her husband Sergei Arsentive. Back in the US, when the idea of climbing Everest crossed her mind, she was reluctant to do it. However, her son was very much positive that she would be able to achieve this feat. He motivated and convinced her to give this challenging idea of climbing the peak without bottled oxygen a try. And of course, if she's able to do it, she'll make history, if not in the world, then at least in the US. Joining her in this venture was her husband. The couple had climbed numerous Russian peaks before this, together. As a matter of fact, Frances Arsentive was the first American woman to ski down Mount Everest. Everything was fine until they reached Camp 6 at 8,200 meters. The weather got terrible, which forced them to spend almost 3 nights above 8,000 meters. They would try to reach the top every day, but failed because of the weather. Finally, they decided to go down and return to the main base camp. Frances Arsentive took one way, whereas her husband took a different one. After reaching the camp nearest to their location, Sergei realized that Frances Arsentive hadn't returned, so he went back with oxygen and medicines to help his wife, realizing that she must have been stuck somewhere. All this happened on May 22nd. The following morning, i.e. on May 23rd, a team from Uzbekistan found her on the peak. Due to lack of oxygen, she was almost unconscious, and her body was badly frostbitten. She was not even able to move. The team had to attend to her with oxygen and carry her. They took her body down as far as they could and left her, as it was getting too tiring for them and they were running out of oxygen. All this occurred on May 23rd. On May 24th, several climbers from Britain, Switzerland and Uzbekistan spotted her on the same spot she was left a day ago. Her husband's ice axe rope was beside her. So, turns out, he was able to find her, but couldn't help her much. Ian Woodall and Kathy O'Dowd tried to help her for over an hour, putting their own Everest expedition mission at risk. But her condition was so bad that it didn't seem that she would make it. Also, the location and weather forced both of them to return to the camp, and leaving her as it is to die. These were the circumstances that caused the death of Frances Arsentive. Almost a year later, her husband's body was found. It seemed as if he fell to his death in terms of saving his wife. Now, the reason why Frances Arsentive is called Sleeping Beauty is based on her physical description as made by Woodall and O'Dowd. The frostbite and the weather had made the skin on her face so white and waxy, and despite the fact she looked so beautiful, she wasn't completely unconscious, so it felt as if she was about to fall into a deep sleep. That's where the phrase Frances Arsentive Sleeping Beauty comes from. She could speak a little, so, when the two mountaineers were about to leave her, she pleaded to them to save her. But since they were running out of options, they had to take this cruel step, else their life would have also been at risk. The climbers later explained this entire experience to be troubling, and moreover, haunting for them. Seeing her fair face begging, as they had to let her go was devastating.